So many gay men complain these days that they simply can't find love, to the point where a lot of us have given up on the idea of ever finding someone to commit to. Us gays have come a long way with building connections with the evolution of social media, giving us the opportunity to connect with each other platonically and romantically. But even social media can sometimes play a factor on why a lot of us gay men are single and lonely. The reason why I feel that way is because social media has created a pressure to present a certain image which might be overwhelming for some. Plus, with so many options out there, it sometimes leads to superficial connections instead of deeper ones. You have some gay men that feel just because they receive a lot of likes or attention on social media by men, that automatically translate over to them having options. Some gay men are very vocal about never having a boyfriend or never experiencing a deep connection, but for some reason, most of us experience hookups. Although finding love is a common issue most of us gay men face, some of us have to take some accountability on why we're single. But let's unpack this and talk more about it. What's up, you guys? Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy DyQuell, and I'm back at it again with another video. If you are new here, hey, my name is DyQuell. I love to come on here and talk things gay. If it sounds like something that you're interested in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, shake button support. I really appreciate that. Now, for this title for today, y'all, we are going to talk about gay dating. I'm just not quite sure on what I'm going to name it. Right now, I'm thinking about naming it the gay dating paradox. I'm not quite sure. Basically, what motivated me to make this video, you guys, is I've seen more than one time of just seeing gay men on my timeline expressing how they've never been in a relationship before, never had like a romantic, deep connection with somebody.
I am 25 years old and I have never been in a relationship. Why I've never had a boyfriend.
Do you know you have 30 minutes? Are you kidding me? 30, yes.
I'm 22 and I've never been in a relationship before.
I have a lot of friends that are in their 20s and 30s that have never actually had boyfriends or girlfriends. They've never had a real relationship. Those same friends kind of give me shit because I date. Like, I don't mind getting to know someone to try to figure out if we vibe or not. A lot of times we don't, but at least I know. Meanwhile, they don't even get out the house to try to see if they vibe with somebody. Also, I've been in 2 4-year relationships, and for me, there's certain expectations that come along with being in a relationship. One of the biggest things that come with being in a relationship is accountability. When someone loves you, the things that you do or say can affect how they feel. And navigating that is really the biggest part of being in a relationship. It leads me to believe that even though people like this say they want relationships, they generally enjoy being single. Where I say take the risk. It's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all.
I feel like this is like a very common topic to talk about when it comes to, gay dating. A lot of us gay men feel like we have the fear of dying alone. And you hear this from a lot of gay men from all different walks of life. No matter what race or no matter how old you are, a lot of us gay men seem to all have one thing in common, and that's being single as hell. I want to read this tweet to y'all. So many gay men wish for a love that's real and true, but everybody is single. Damn, dog, some shit ain't adding up. It's like you get on social media, bro, and all you see when it comes to gay men, most of them are talking about how they're so single and they can't find love. And although I do believe in that, I do feel like that is true. But come on, y'all, I feel like sometimes we make it harder than what it has to be. And I know that sounds harsh, but it's so true to me because I feel like sometimes we be the reason as to why we're single. You got to look at yourself in the mirror sometimes. And I'm not talking about in a physical way, I'm talking about internally. Like, what are some things that you do that may keep you single? We always hear about how guys are very big on physical attributes. And that could be your downfall. Like maybe you can be too in tune with how a motherfucker look instead of worrying about what's in here. Every issue that I'm going to bring up, it doesn't apply to every gay person. And I'm not here to say that this is every gay person, like you're the problem. I just need some people to take accountability on why they're single. Like we have to stop trying to point the finger because for a very long time, that's what I would do. Like I would point the finger, oh, I cut him off because of this, I cut him off because of that. But really, truthfully, after going to therapy, I was the damn problem. So we have to take accountability for certain things and stop dwelling on the past. Because I feel like a lot of us gay men do that too when it comes to dating. It's like you be so stuck on what a person did to you, like, bro, let it go. And I know that sounds harsh too, but it's so true. It's certain shit we gotta let go. It's certain shit we gotta put behind us. It's we just gotta move forward with stuff. And we're gonna kind of get deeper into that. Now, I kind of want to go through the thread. Now, somebody said so many gay men lie about wanting monogamy. That's the real issue. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like a lot of gay men lie about monogamy? Because, it's very common for a lot of men to cheat, child. And I've been cheated on twice. So do y'all think that I did come up with 5 issues, right? So the first issue I want to talk about today is there's always something better, right? We're going to talk about that. Wasting time on the wrong dude, being pessimistic. We're going to talk about the unrealistic expectations, and we're going to talk about wanting a trophy boyfriend, but externally. We live in a world of endless dating opportunities. You open up any app, whether it's Instagram, X, or any other social media platform, you are bombarded with a sea of photos and profiles. I believe having so many options can sometimes spark a nagging thought. What if there's someone better? If you're dating someone you really like, it's all too easy to wonder, while he may be great, what if there's someone greater? While having options can be ideal, I believe this mindset often sets up for failure. We keep moving from one option to the next rather than investing time and energy into one person. So, when it comes to that, y'all, what I mean is this is where I feel like cheating, and I feel like sometimes cutting a person off too soon could sometimes relate to what I just said, where you just kind of feel like there's always something better. Especially when you're young, you feel like you have so many options in the world, right? So you're just, you're talking to everybody in the world or whatever. But sometimes you can find yourself in a relationship, and I'm not speaking to you, but maybe your significant other could be in a relationship, everything could be going great, but there's so many options out there. You still want to go out there and see what's out there. And this is where my ex-boyfriend's fucked up at, where, we will be together and it's a fine ass nigga and they DMs away and they just can't let up. Mind you, we're dating, but they just can't let up on the idea because they look so good. So you find yourself in a situation where your brain get fragile and you just end up cheating. You feel like the grass is green on the other side. And I feel like a lot of us sometimes can fuck up on that area. And another thing, as far as like sometimes us cutting off men so easily, the guy do one wrong thing, right? And it's like, okay, well, I can find somebody better. I'm gonna just leave him alone. When y'all could have just worked it out. Have your boundaries, but cutting a person off because he takes you back in 5 hours is kind of crazy. If you want to find the right partner, you need to stop wasting time on the wrong one. This is the most common pitfall I see. Many gay men get invested in a relationship that simply isn't working. Rather than admitting defeat and moving on, they cling to the hope that the relationship might still work out. But as they hold on and on and on, they waste precious time that could be spent pursuing a healthier and more fulfilling relationship. So I was a person that I played victim to this. Oh God, yes. For me, it was more on the sex side. Like, sex is what really kept me sprung on the person. I couldn't get over the person. And maybe because I'm a bottom, I feel like it's different for us because it's the process of cleaning out and the person inserting themselves inside of you or whatever. Like I feel like it's different for tops to, be able to just have sex and just move on to the next dude. For a lot of us bottoms, we don't really have that mental capacity sometimes. That shit be too much mentally. I feel like I was never gonna get over this one guy I dealt with for years or whatever. And eventually I got over it. But yeah, and then I feel like sometimes when it comes to like being stuck on a person too, that that's not right for you, bringing up the whole sex situation. Like I never understood how deep sex was until I was starting to age or whatever. I never knew that sex was not even supposed to be a thing where you do with everybody. Like, the most common thing that a lot of us gay men do is have sex. It's the world we live in. I guess people don't really take sex as serious, like in how deep it is, because it's very deep to the point where you can transfer energies to each other, whether it's good or bad. Once you force yourself to think logically instead of emotionally, your life will be 10 times better when it comes to, I guess, getting over somebody. Lord have mercy, I call myself saying oh whatever. Everybody keeps saying I said it a lot, and I cannot help it. I just can't help it. Leave me alone. So the third one, I feel like I'm going to talk to the majority of y'all, but a lot of y'all is pessimistic. Now, some of y'all probably be like, huh? Now, if you don't know what that means, I'm gonna tell you the definition. Being pessimistic is a state of mind of someone who always expects the worst. Now, before I get into my dialogue, I just want to say one thing that I'm so tired of hearing and seeing is y'all complaining about dating and how y'all are single, but you always seem, once I ask you, well, why are you single or what's going on or whatever, y'all always seem to throw in your ex or what your ex-boyfriend did to you or how hurt you was and you don't want to go back to that place anymore. And it's just like, bro, if you don't get out of that mindset, you're gonna be single forever. Like, if you don't accept what happened to you and move on and heal from that, sorry y'all, I need some water. But you're gonna be stuck there for a long time. Like, you really got to get out of your own way. And little do you know, the person that you're stressing about or you're stuck on, or you feel like, the person did you so dirty, they done moved on with their life, probably in a whole another relationship right now. So I just feel like y'all be wasting y'all time being sad all the time about what happened to you instead of just moving on and focusing on what could happen. And I feel like a lot of y'all don't be optimistic. Y'all be too drained into the past. Like, let it go. Please let it go. Like, there's literally no sweeter way to put it. Like, I feel like y'all need to stop dwelling on what happened to you and just let it go. Many gay men have been burned by past relationships or by the gay community in general. This has left them with an overall sense of pessimism. They don't feel desirable and they don't see many successful relationships around them. While their frustrations are valid, I believe this pessimism ends up clouding their experience. Why put yourself out there if you're already mostly certain it's not going to work? Pessimism can poison good things, making it difficult to fully embrace and enjoy life and the opportunities in front of you. In order to find a relationship, I believe you need to maintain a sense of optimism that it's possible to find love. Be optimistic. You have to be optimistic if you're trying to date in the gay world. Like, you just have to. You have to have that mindset of it's a billion people in this earth and I can find my person. Like, you literally have to have that mindset. And I feel like another thing that I feel like a lot of us gay men tend to want to dwell into as well is, oh, we don't have the blueprint. We don't have a blueprint. And I'm tired of hearing that too. Like, y'all, I get it. I get we don't see it. But I'm here to tell you, we do have the blueprint. You just don't see it on the internet. And the reason why I say that is because I made a video a couple months ago. I think it was sometime last year. But I did a video. It was called "Why Don't Gay Relationships Last?" And them men in the comment section was clocking, like, they was literally like telling me like, no, that's not true. I've been in a relationship for 20 plus years. I've been in a relationship for 30 plus years, 10 plus years, 9 plus years. And I'm just like, okay, well, clearly there's a blueprint. We as gay people, we just don't see it out in the forefront. And I feel like that's where um I feel like some of y'all use that as an excuse, but I feel like that's not a good enough excuse as to why we are single. Like, I get it. Yeah, you feel like we don't really get that blueprint versus what heterosexual people see. I just don't think that's a good enough excuse as to why we're single, y'all. Like, come on now. It's not a good excuse. Like, now another thing I want to touch bases on is having unrealistic expectations when it comes to dating, right? A partner isn't there to complete you. They're not there to alleviate all of your problems and insecurities. They're not there to agree with you or accommodate everything that you want. In fact, they're there to challenge you, to force you to compromise, to force you to grow. Relationships are bound to trigger discomfort at times. If you never want to feel uncomfortable, you may struggle in a relationship. So before you enter one, it's important to make sure you're not asking for something that simply isn't possible. Why? Because no matter how great your partner is, you're bound to feel disappointed and your expectations are unrealistic. So a lot of us gay men, we sometimes can have unrealistic expectations. It's no secret, and a lot of us gay men, we want a masculine dude, right? That's like the thing we want. Whenever you watch these pop the balloon challenges, the main thing that a lot of us gay men speak on and very vocal about is we want our man to be masculine, right? And although it's very possible to find, I feel like sometimes y'all add the masculine to other shit that it's like a motherfucker gotta live up to, and it's crazy. But let me kind of give y'all an example. I want a man that's masculine. He got to be 6'2". His dick need to be at least 10 inches. Like, he got to be hood, but he got to be book smart too. He got to make six figures. Like, it's just all of this stuff that a man got to live up to when it comes to like what you want out of a man. And I'm not saying that's not realistic, but I'm just being honest. This shit is not realistic. Like, sometimes men cannot live up to that, especially the men that want you. It's a difference between like wanting to date somebody versus a person want to date you. That's something I should have added this conversation too. Y'all be chasing what a month you be chasing what don't want you back. Yeah, some men can't live to it. Some men can't live to having a 10-inch dick. Some men can't live to making six figures a year. Like, sometimes we just have to be realistic when it comes to what we want. Not saying settle, but at the same time, if that man got some of those going on with himself, but he might be a little overweight or he might got a little pudge to his stomach, but he really like you and he show that he likes you and he treats you right, why not? And you don't find him ugly, why not? Like I don't see the issue here. But a lot of gay men, they're like very picky and very particular with their look and the aesthetic and all that shit too. And it's a very childish mindset, and you really start to regret even having that mindset as you get older. And it's crazy because a lot of older men have that mindset as well. It's kind of crazy, but it's true. So that's my example when it comes to having unrealistic expectations when it comes to dating. It was kind of funny, but yeah. Now, the last thing I want to touch bases on is wanting a trophy boyfriend externally. It's okay to be attracted to certain types of men. This is normal. We can't help what physical attributes we're drawn to, but many men find themselves chasing perfection, wanting only to date the perfect 10. This quest for the ultimate trophy boyfriend essentially rules out the majority of potential partners. I think we've all seen friends start dating someone attractive only to nitpick and criticize the minuscule physical flaws. Now, do with those issues as you will. Again, that doesn't apply to every gay person, but I do feel like just bringing up those issues when it comes to dating and why we're single and why we feel like we've never been in a relationship before. Sometimes we got to put those issues into consideration. Like, am I a part of the problem? After discussing that with you guys, I'm pretty sure there's still gay men that feel like they don't do none of that stuff. Like they're just this quote unquote perfect person. Not trying to be funny, but some of y'all may not feel like y'all don't like y'all are optimistic when it comes to love. You just never found that person yet. All I can really tell you is to not give up, because it's easy to give up, especially when you've been trying for years and you've been putting yourself out there and you feel like you've been doing everything right. And when is my time is going to come? Just don't give up. Just don't give up and put yourself in situations where you can be in a relationship. So one thing that people don't like to talk about, what people don't like to promote on their channel, is dating on gay dating apps. I think you should be up there. I don't think there's nothing wrong with dating apps. I'm so tired of people talking about stay off the dating apps. Okay, if you want Grinder, if you want Jack trying to find love, you probably not gonna find it, baby. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But going on apps or whatever to find love, it's nothing wrong with it, y'all. We are gay as hell. How the hell else we gonna communicate with each other? Like, I'm so tired of y'all go out and meet people. That's not realistic for us. Like, and even if we is out, we can't go up to a person and be like, hey, I think you're fine. Like, we can't do that. We don't know what is what. And then times has changed so much, you can't even tell if a motherfucker gay or not. Like, that's how crazy it is. So I'm telling you, Doc, what I say is telling you, if you want to put yourself out there, get on them damn dating apps. There's nothing wrong with it. It is what it is. Know how to use it though. Use it for the right reasons, but ain't nothing wrong with using dating apps. Ain't nothing wrong with hollering at somebody over social media. It's nothing wrong with that. Whoever telling you that as a gay creator, trying to tell you to stop the gay dating app, stop watching them, because they don't know what they're talking about. It's just not realistic for us, y'all. We need something to meet people. So that's my take on that. Now, I kind of want to get into the solution of stuff or whatever. I'm not really going to get deep into it today, but I just kind of want to tell you some things that worked for me. So, number one is setting boundaries. That's going to be very important when it comes to dating. So that way you can weed out the bad guys and focus on guys who really like you for you. Another solution is acknowledging your emotional capacity for men. To be aware of what's going on or whatever with you, like know who you are as a person and make sure you communicate that. And also, when it comes to that, make sure you control your emotions, because that's another thing too that I feel like I have struggled with for a very long time, was not controlling my emotions. So please do that. That's gonna help you out in the long run. Solution number three: avoid overwhelming yourself with options. So again, back to the whole option situation. A lot of us, we tend to entertain more than one guy at a time, and although there's nothing wrong with that, just know when too much is too much for you, okay? Don't be out here trying to entertain 15 guys at one time, because eventually you're gonna mix up somebody's name and it's gonna look tacky. Um, and the last solution is unpack your dating baggage and heal from it. I'm gonna say that again. Unpack your dating baggage and heal from it, okay? I'm so tired of gay men expressing how they're so hurt about what happened to them. Y'all know I just did a little thing on that, but I'm so serious. Please release it, unpack it, and let it the fuck go. Like, to be honest, nobody really care. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Your friends probably gonna care about it, but after a while, they're gonna get tired of hearing that shit. So let it the fuck go, okay? Go to therapy. Go talk to a friend about it. Go talk to a friend that's going to actually respond to you and not just listen to you talk. Yeah. Because healing help me out. Help me out a damn lot. So that's my solution to the problems that I gave you guys as to why I feel like a lot of us haven't, experienced love or been in a relationship or whatever and things of that sort. And just typical gay issues in general when it comes to dating. I did find some videos that I wanted to react to. We're going to react to it and I'll give my commentary on it. Let's do it.
I think Instagram has been a bomb in the gay community because it is this impossible scorecard we all look at every day.
Yeah.
And it's something we really have to be more mindful of,
Yeah.
I was telling you as we were prepping for this, I've got a friend who I don't know if he's looked at too much social media, he's been too affected by our community, whatever, but he only will date like exquisitely hot guys. And it's to the point where he's attracted to people that are way out of his league to a ridiculous degree. He's a good looking dude, but he's getting older. Like, we're not going to be attracting the 23-year-old bodybuilders anymore. Like, it's time to mature and for your taste to mature along with it,
Yeah.
But he's stuck in this rut where he's still looking for that and only that. And it is keeping him single.
Yeah.
And I think that is sadly not a unique story.
And y'all see how older men are also struggling with this when it comes to like physical attributes. It's crazy. I really don't have anything to say. Literally, I feel like what I said earlier kind of covers that. I just kind of wanted to react to it. Let's do another one. By the way, before I react to the video, this is my friend Dre. We met because actually I reacted to one of his videos when I was talking about the video about gay men the relationships not lasting long. He saw it because I reacted to his video. We've been cool ever since. Shout out to you, Dre, if you're watching this.
Can we please talk more about how like the concept of disposability now when it comes to dating, especially gay dating, is like absolutely insane? Like, one thing I've been saying a lot recently is like, y'all don't have like a dating pool, like y'all have dating puddles, like water droplets. And let me explain what I'm saying. I'm not trying to like police what people are and aren't attracted to or whatever, but it just blows my mind how people will be black but then not want to date black people. How people will be femme but not want to date other people who may have a little femininity in them. Like, it irks my nerves, I guess, because it's like you have no room or right to complain about being single or dating being hard for you. You made it hard in an already small community. We make up how much of the population? And you want to cherry pick every last single thing. Like, people like to say with pride almost, like, well, I don't know, I'm just single because I'm picky. Okay, well, be picky. But my thing is too, if you're going to be picky, don't complain. Like, you're doing it to yourself. Like, this is no shade to this creator or these creators. Like, I saw one black dude talking about how he's not attracted to or doesn't want to date black people. And I'm just like, that's going to be the main demographic that's attracted to you in the first place. But again, do you, but don't complain, But then I also just saw like a dude on my For You page, and he was saying how like he usually goes after older men, and he had a date with a dude who was like 24, like around his age, something new, something fresh. And he canceled that date to go talk to a man who was older once again. And my thing is too, I'm fine with the concept of like, don't waste somebody's time if you don't want them to begin with. But my thing is too, like, when people do try to be open, the openness is never genuine. It always gives like, I guess I'll give this demographic or this type of person a chance. But then if it don't work, I'll just go back to my type. And like, trust me, I get people loving to say like, when people have all these requirements, like, well, people just like what they like. You do like what you like, but like, these things were not created or made in a vacuum. If you're struggling that bad, if it hurts that bad, if it's just so unbearable, like, you have to look inward at some point and just start deconstructing. I've had to do that multiple times because we've all been conditioned to like or desire certain things. And like, it's not an easy journey to go on, but like, sometimes you have to do that. And your openness has to come from a genuine place, not just you trying to experiment. Because at that point, you're playing with people. You're just playing with people, and that's not cool either. With these dating apps, with social media, and just the way gay dating like has to almost work, period. Like, anytime you talk to somebody, like 9 times out of 10, they're going to have 10, 15 other matches of people that they're talking to, or people are going to have a roster. And like, I'm not shading people who do that or have that. Like, it's fine to date multiple people, but what I'm saying is too, like, the ease of accessibility, like just like I said with the dude who primarily dated older men, it literally gave like, well, I'm not really feeling this. I can just go talk to someone else that quick. Snap of a finger. You see what I'm saying? He got another dude who was his type or his primary type that fast. That's why this year too, I really want to personally at least like decenter dating, honestly, and how society and other people view me, because it's just like, I always get dragged back into this place of like me being this hopeless romantic anytime like someone even talks to me. And then like it quickly fizzles out because like I just lose hope because I know how this shit works. And like we all do it to each other. I don't know. I just want to do and be better this year. So I don't know, but that's just my take on it. I've been thinking about this for a while and like it constantly pops up with gay dating and like it's sad, but like also too, I mean like I'm not pointing fingers, like we're all a part of the problem.
Okay, Dre was clocking T on this video. Okay, so Dre, I don't know if you this because he posted this earlier this year, but please don't lose hope. I wouldn't put all of my energy into dating though, but what I will say is that I feel like you shouldn't lose hope and you shouldn't give up on love either. The things that he talked about was gay men being picky, and he also talked about like like basically doing the internal work. I agree. I feel like being picky is our downfall when it comes to dating. Nobody's perfect, y'all. So that being picky shit, that shit get old after a while.
When it comes to like gay men complaining about not having a boyfriend or wanting a boyfriend, I've noticed a common pattern with white gay men. They tend to complain about it the most. And it's a lot. Like I'll see TikToks and everything, and I'll see edits and them posting videos of them crying or like talking about how they fell in love with their straight best friend. Like, just shit like that. And I've always questioned, why is it with white gay men or white passing gay men, why are they always the most vocal and seem the most lonely out of everybody else? When they're not. I'm not going to say that they are and they aren't, but when it comes to options and when it comes to privilege, obviously they have the upper hand. And so like them complaining about constantly being alone and not having a boyfriend, it makes me wonder, why is it that you don't have a boyfriend? Even when it comes to like family dynamics, sometimes the white families tend to be more accepting of their son being gay than people that are POC. And I'm not gonna lie, these are the same type of men that cycle in and out of talking stages 4 times a week with several different men. Not all of them are like this, but these are also some of the same guys that you'd think that hadn't been in a relationship in like 5 years when it's really been 5 months. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna say other POCs do not do this, because some of them do, but I've seen most of this behavior be with white gay men. And I feel like due to like this privileged mindset that I feel like they do have, I feel like they feel entitled to have a relationship, to have a boyfriend, like they're owed one. You're not owed one. And I'm not by any means saying that all white gay men think like this. I don't. But whenever you encounter these types of white gay men that only date their twins and will not date anybody else that doesn't look just like them, it's kind of telling. Like, why are you complaining about being alone when you kind of put yourself in that bubble? I don't know. It's just like odd and strange. And I've noticed that it's a pattern with white gay men. And not all, but some. And it's just like kind of weird. A little weird.
I agree, but I do feel like it's more than just white guys that's coming out complaining about it. I see a lot of black men do it too. So, but I agree with everything that he said though. That's some truth for your ass. We gonna watch some more video, y'all, and I gotta go. Okay.
Dating for young gay men is honestly such a shit show. So we've all heard of the grass is greener syndrome that is like impacting just dating for young people as a whole, whether you're gay or straight, right? So it's the idea that everyone has the overabundance of choice with dating apps, with social media. Everyone constantly is thinking that I don't have to compromise with someone. I don't have to, you know, reach any sort of middle ground because I could just go on an app and find the next perfect person. So you have that. And then for gay men, you have the fact that gay men just don't want to settle down. They don't like monogamy. And what you end up with is just like this clusterfuck of grass is greener syndrome and not wanting to settle down and open relationships. And honestly, it's exhausting. I feel like a lot of us are just gonna be single forever.
But yeah, y'all, that's all I have for y'all today. I just kind of wanted to talk about gay dating and what we can do as a community to make things better for all of us, right? But that's all I have for y'all today. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.